Leo, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just find out what is happening in your world. Let's see what you need to focus on. What else do you need to know? Wow, okay. What else is influencing this? So looking here, bottom of the deck, I'm not surprised to get this Queen of Pentacles energy. This is a lot of stability. This is nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, setting yourself up for something here that's long-term. I'm definitely picking up a second person in this reading. So you are either in a relationship, it feels like you are in a relationship, or there's somebody really significant around you. Could even be a marriage, because it does feel like it's a pretty... maybe it's not stable at the moment, but overall this seems to be like a pretty solid relationship. You might actually be in some sort of break from this person right now, or healing from something that's connected to this person, because I am getting the Four of Swords as your current energy, and it's influenced here by the King of Pentacles. And so you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, male or female, it's just the energy of the card, and the other person is showing up as the King of Pentacles. And so there is something about building something together, creating some sort of life. These would be people who are an energetic match for each other. So you are on the same page. You might be in some sort of disagreement, maybe taking some sort of break here. When I look at what you need to focus on, I am getting the Four of Wands. You could actually be married to this person, or you might be thinking about what it would be like to be married with this person. Four of Wands is the card of marriage. It's the marriage ceremony itself. And so there's something about a union here, and focusing on the union and not getting caught up in maybe that show that you put on for other people. Like, a lot of people do this. I'm not young. I'm in my mid-40s. And have definitely seen people who were just all about the wedding day. They weren't actually about the marriage. And I've seen people who were really not that interested in the wedding day because they were so focused on the marriage. I mean, you can have it. I mean, those are two extreme examples. You've got everybody that's really in the middle. But I have definitely seen it where it was like more about the show that you put on for other people, that presentation, than it was about actually developing and nurturing a relationship with another person. And so there's something about the face that you show to other people together versus how you are behind closed doors. I can see here in the past positions, the Hierophant it's another one of those marriage cards within tarot. And so this would actually be the person presiding over the wedding ceremony, really kind of that traditional way of looking at a relationship, coming together with another person to form a union that is really intended to be for the rest of your life. I mean, I know, myself included, there's a lot of people out there that are divorced, but we didn't go into it saying, you know what, I only want this one to last for 5 years and then I'm just going to move on to the next. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find a lot of people who actually fit that. I'm sure there are people, but for the most part, that's not how people kind of enter into marriages. They do kind of think of it more long-term than that. So there is something significant about this person, this relationship, and really focusing here on things from the past. There might be something, because I'm also getting a sense of that maybe you aren't on the same page from a value standpoint, that there might have been some sort of friction when it came to your view on the actual marriage itself, the way that you work through things together, the life that you want to build together. There's something here where there is a disconnect. It might even be related to children, like maybe one person does and one person doesn't, or you've got different ideas on what it means to be a parent, or where that kid or those children would go to school. There's something that I'm picking up on that is connected to the actual marriage itself. And there's something about putting on a front for other people versus the way you are behind closed doors. Your strength here is actually healing. So healing from any kind of heartache. So whatever is going on with this other person, you might be in a no contact, or it might just be that kind of cold isolation type of contact, meaning that you're living under the same roof. You might be sleeping in the same bed. But there's not a lot of interaction between the two of you. There's not a lot of communication. But what I'm getting here is a really strong sense of you working through that you are emotionally working through whatever is taking place with this other person. Because with every relationship, there's going to be some sort of disconnect. There's going to be fights. And is this a fight that is going to end us? Or is this a fight that we can work on and we can work through? And so it feels like this is something that you can work through and that you want to work through. I am getting the Hanged Man showing up in the near future. Now, this is a card of delays, but delays so that you can see things from a different perspective. And so this might be drawn out a little bit longer than you would like, whatever this disagreement is, no contact, whatever your situation is here. But with this Hanged Man showing up in reverse, this is, I mean, literally, this person is upside down. And so you're not going to see it from the same vantage point. You literally have to remove yourself from the situation, be able to take that 30,000 foot view, maybe upside down, and really look at the situation and see, okay, that's what it is. Because when you're in the daily life and you're living it, it's very hard to see way off into the future. It's not until you take this kind of bird's eye view of this situation where you're able to really understand what is taking place. What does this other person intend? What are your intentions here? And then be able to come to some sort of decision, conclusion around what do we do next? When I look at the external factors here, it does look like there's going to be a conversation. The universe is trying to get you onto the same page. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely an offer of a commitment here. Page of Pentacles, it does look like this would be a conversation around, okay, well, how do we learn from this? How do we grow from this? How do we work on all of this together? Because that's going to be the most important piece right now. It's about the two of you working on something here together. Sitting in your hopes or fears, this is, you want some sort of turn of events. You want to be able to see things differently. You want to focus on the 2 cups that are standing versus the 3 cups that are spilled over, because you're in a 2 of cups relationship here and you don't want to focus on the negative. And so it's about kind of level setting yourself and kind of really only focusing on those most important things that matter. So what is it for the 2 of you that is most significant? And then I am getting the Star card here. So this is a card of healing. So we go from maybe like a no contact or like a really cold type of contact to being able to see things from each other's perspective to a healing energy. So let's get some additional details and see what else can we get. With the 4 of Swords and the King of Pentacles, I'm getting the 2 of Wands. You do see the potential with this person. You really do. There's something really significant about the 2 of you and this connection, and you know it. There's something really special and you want to hold on to it. This 2 of Wands, I mean, you can kind of see it here. He's looking way off into the distance to say, that's where I want to go. That's the kind of life that I want to live. So the actions that I take are meant to get me on there, get me on that path, get me to that destination. And so you do see it. So that's a positive because you're willing to work on this. With the 4 of Wands, I'm getting the 4 of Cups. So maybe disappointment connected to the relationship and maybe the way that it's going. And maybe it was on a road to marriage and something happened along the way where it hasn't quite gotten to that point of that level of commitment. It does feel like you're in some sort of committed relationship with this person, just whether or not it's gone down the marriage path yet. It does feel like there might be some disappointment around the marriage. Again, that's coming across more as like that kind of front that you put on for other people. With the Hierophant here in the past, I just had 2 cards jump out. So with the Hierophant, I'm getting 2 Knights. Knights are movement. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. And so this is about movement forward with a lot of mental clarity, but this is like a mental and emotional movement forward. And so there's something here connected to the past where one person might have been really leading with their heart and one person was really leading with their intellect here and trying to rationalize and reason through a situation here. So this might be where the disconnect is that you're not on the same page from a head and heart standpoint. And that's like, you know, where my fists are kind of bumping. It's like you're kind of running into each other because you're not looking at it through the same lens. With the Three of Swords, I'm getting the Eight of Cups. So you are going to move on from this. You're not going to hold on to the pain that is connected to whatever's happening with this other person. You are, I mean, I see it there in the healing, but your strength here is really overcoming this kind of heartache or whatever pain it caused you. So that is pretty significant. With the Hanged Man, I'm getting the Page of Cups. So Hanged Man, Page of Cups. Being able to see things from that different perspective, really looking at it from that 30,000 foot view, again, maybe upside down, that Page of Cups is going to kind of help you understand emotionally how this is going to impact you, put yourself onto that better emotional path. And so if you were mentally trying to think things through, if that was you sitting here in the past, where the other person was really taking it from a heart standpoint, it feels like you might be switching. You might be now looking at it through an emotional lens and really looking for that emotional fulfillment and really putting yourself out there emotionally to kind of, you know, put out that olive branch, really mend that bridge here. With the Ace of Cups, I'm getting the Six of Cups, or the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting the Six of Cups. So you might have children together, or this might be something connected to your vision of children together. But the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups does indicate that there is some sort of long-term opportunity kind of getting back to where it used to be. Six of Cups is also a card of nostalgia. So getting back to happier times with this person, really kind of reestablishing the foundation here for the two of you in a much better way, like a more solid way. With the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man showing up twice, and it's a conversation around seeing things from each other's perspective. Really, instead of focusing on the daily life and getting into that nitty-gritty, really being able to look off into the distance and see it from that really high vantage point to say, you know what, that's just like a nonsense thing that I don't need to worry about right now, and you don't need to worry about it. We don't need to be fighting over this. With the Five of Cups, I'm getting the Six of Wands. So that change in perspective, focusing on what the two of you have together instead of any kind of disappointment or here, those cups that are spilled over, that's the card of success. That Six of Wands is success after some sort of obstacle or challenge. Okay. So with the Star card here, this is an interesting combination of cards. I'm getting the Two of Swords and the Moon. So the Moon is your emotions. The Two of Swords is standing at a crossroads, needing to make some sort of decision here. So what I'm getting with this energy is, yes, there is an opportunity to heal and to get exactly what you want here, but it's about following your emotions. Your emotions are going to help you navigate how you resolve it with this other person. Let me get some additional guidance on that Two of Swords with the Moon here for Leo. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first card, Seven of Pentacles. This is about investing in the relationship. Don't walk away from it. This is not something that you should really be exiting at this point. Three of Pentacles, work on it. The two of you need to come together, figure out some sort of agreement, work on it together. And then I got the Ten of Wands with the High Priestess. So it's about closing out that cycle. Whatever's been weighing on you, it's about release. High Priestess, trusting your instincts, knowing when you need to kind of stand up and put yourself out there in a way or not. Because the energy that I'm getting here is there are certain burdens and responsibilities. They're just done. You can close that cycle out. You don't need to hold on to that energy anymore. The High Priestess is going to tell you, you know, which one of these do you really need to fight for? If it's something that's dead and done and it's never going to happen again, is that really worth it? Trust your instincts. Is it really worth it? Because the energy that I'm getting is that overall, this relationship is worth investing in. This is something to work on and build with this other person. Now's not the time to walk away. So Leo, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.